Hello, I'm Paul Heaps from Real Property Management in Southwest Michigan. Today we're going to talk about evictions. This is a topic that's not very pleasant for anyone, both the landlord and the tenant, but sometimes things happen and it is necessary. So I want to talk to you a little bit about that process. So typically what happens is your tenant stops paying the rent. The main thing you want to do is you essentially want to get on it quickly, because typically the longer the tenant goes without paying rent, the more likely it is that they are not going to be able to pay it, and you are going to have to evict them. So the first thing that happens typically is they are sent a late notice within just a couple days or maybe up to 5 days of the rent being late. Typically at that point a late fee is due. Then what we do is a couple days later, if they still have not paid their rent, we send them what's called a demand for possession. So that is a form, it's a legal form that you can find down at the courthouse. And we send that to them, and they have 7 days to either pay their rent or move out. Once the 7 days has passed, then at that point in time you can actually file eviction papers against the tenant. My suggestion is that you would hire an eviction attorney to take care of this, or if we manage the property for you, we obviously would handle it for you. Oftentimes in the state of Michigan, if you are organized as a limited liability company or a corporation, you are actually not allowed to file the eviction papers on behalf of your LLC. So then once you file the eviction papers, the tenant will be given a summons to appear in court. Most of the time they do not appear in court, and the judge will just enter a judgment for you on behalf of your LLC or your own company. At that point in time, the tenant usually has about 10 days to move out. So if you kind of go back in time, it usually takes roughly 5 or 6 weeks for the whole process to take place. Then once the 10 days are up, if the tenant has not moved out, then you actually do have the option to hire a person from the court to actually place their stuff outside the property. Obviously, we try to avoid that at all costs, and because no one likes that, both the tenant and the landlord. So usually by that point in time, the tenant moves out voluntarily, and you can be on your way. So again, if you'd like to have a conversation with us about this or ask us any questions, please give us a call, and we're happy to help.